Man City 1, Brentford 2, and Ivan Toney has scored a brace that has ended the winning run of Man City of 16 games. They were last beaten at Etihad by Tottenham Hotspur in February this year, and ever since then, they had not lost a game in the Premier League. But Ivan Toney has gone ahead to go on and really put a stop to the winning run of a team which goes by the names of Manchester City, and that has happened down at Etihad Stadium. Welcome to this channel, which goes by the names of Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be, and obviously you will be kept in the know of what is happening around the games of football, especially things concerning the Premier League, the World Cup, the La Liga and Champions League, and the UEFA Europa League down onto this channel. Now today, it started as an easy game for Man City. However, how do we know that Brentford is really a hard team? But when they are really traveling, they're not good travelers, and they've lost very many games away. They've won most of their games at home, but this time around they're going at City, and all of us thought that maybe this would be the best time for Brentford to go on and really be beaten by City, such that Pep Guardiola sends a very huge message to Mikel Arteta as they prepare to play against Wolverhampton Wanderers at Molineux, because it's the fixture closing down the match day today. But they've been shocked by a 2-1 loss against Brentford, which means that even if Arsenal loses, they are going to enter Christmas or eat Christmas while they're on top of the table. And this last happened 15 years ago. You now know what it means for Arsenal. For everyone who thought that Arsenal cannot win this trophy, it looks like they've gone ahead to go on and really solidify, and their rhythm is really up there, and they cannot be stopped by anyone, because even the person that would have been chasing them, that is Man City, has dropped 3 points today, meaning that if at all Arsenal wins today, they are going to go back to their 5-point lead. And Arsenal entering Christmas with a 5-point lead means that they are really on a very good side of history to go on and really win what we call the Premier League, because most teams that really go ahead and really enter Christmas or enter the new year while they're on topping the group or topping the Premier League table, they go ahead and really win what we call the Premier League. So Man City started on a very bad note. I never saw the intensity, and this is where reality bites in concerning the World Cup. When you're having very many World Cup players, this is where things go wrong for you. I believe that they never played with the intensity they really had. They are not clinical enough. They never really looked out for their main man, Haaland, because I never saw Haaland get an open chance in this game of football. He was so much closed down by the defense of Brentford. But in the 16th minute, obviously it was Ivan Toney heading it home. Then in the 45th minute +1, Foden leveled the game, and obviously Man City went to halftime when the game was level. Coming on to the second half, I believe Man City never had the better chances of the game. It was Brentford, because Brentford had more 3 chances that were not converted by Ivan Toney. One cleared off the line. The other one, it was really a very good slide in that cleared that ball from reaching Ivan Toney. That clearance was made by Laporte. And I think there was another one that I never really noticed. But who had the better chances of the game? It was Brentford. But out of all those, they scored 2 of those, and Man City really didn't come back or really pull back. They pulled back in the first half, but in the second half, they really made it hard. When the referee added on 10 minutes, everyone thought that maybe it was City's chance to go on and really win this game of football, because they were the ones having a lion's share of the possession. They really had everything at their side. But guess what? Things never really went their way, and they lost this game of football. And the likes of De Bruyne were silent. The likes of Erling Haaland were silent. The likes of Gundogan were silent. Maybe Gundogan got a very good chance when Haaland really did a return pass to him and really used his weaker foot of the left foot that really hit it over the bar, and he couldn't really put it in the net. But obviously that was not so much convincing for Man City, because when I show you the stats, they had almost 28 shots, and out of 28 shots they only had 6 shots on target, meaning that even Brentford that had 10 shots, 8 of those were on target, meaning that Brentford was aiming more shots on target as compared to the entire total shots registered than Man City. Man City really looked dull today. The likes of Cancelo, we are not committing enough, Akanji, because Man City has very many players that are going to play in the World Cup. Ederson, Cancelo, Akanji, John Stones, Laporte, Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, Phil Foden, Julian Alves, I think is going. I think he plays for Uruguay. Uruguay is taking him. So when you look at the starting 11 of Man City, almost 9 players were going to the World Cup and they couldn't commit enough. But even though they never needed to go on and put in a second gear or a third gear, at gear 1, Man City can beat any team. Man City can beat any team. I'm just giving this as one of the reasons as to why these players never committed enough to go on and really beat Brentford. Brentford ran more. They created better chances than Man City. However much Man City had the lion's share of the possession, they couldn't match the intensity of the players of Brentford. Brentford were really more hungrier than a team which goes by names of Man City. And I think Pep Guardiola is going to be fuming into that dressing room because the quality of the players of Man City call for only a win against Brentford. Amidst everything that we expect any result in a game of football, whether a loss or a win or a draw, but obviously against Brentford in such a situation where you know that when you win you are going to go on and pile more pressure at Arsenal or on Arsenal, you have to go on and really win your game of football, but they couldn't go ahead and really win it. That is something that really made me think that maybe at a point X Man City is really going to go on and really lose out on the title. And this reflects me and takes me back to when Man City sold Sterling and Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus had made close to contributions of 20 goals plus, scoring 8 and making close to 13 assists a season for Man City. And Sterling had averaged close to 20 goals per season for the last 6 seasons. Now, when you offload those two players, you are taking out close to 40 goal involvements from your side. The likes of Jack Grealish cannot help you. Because Jack Grealish, to me, I take him as a flop. I don't know when he's really going to rise to the occasion, but he's not giving you what Raheem Sterling gave you from that left attacking side of the midfield, or even Jesus, what Jesus gave you from that left attacking side of the midfield. So those two people were really so much pivotal to Man City. You know, they brought in Haaland. People said, oh, Haaland is good. All right, Haaland is scoring in goals, but Haaland is a replacement of Kun Aguero. You know, they had not yet replaced Kun Aguero, meaning that there was a gap of Kun Aguero, and they replaced him after bringing in Haaland. Now, they created a gap or a vacuum of 2 players, Sterling and Gabriel Jesus. To me, I believe they would have taken off one, such that Julian Alves would have come bait into his boots, and then they would have kept the other. I believe Sterling would have stayed and they would have sold Gabriel Jesus, because Gabriel Jesus wanted to go on and really play as a centre forward at that team, yet they had brought in Haaland, meaning that if at all they had kept in Sterling, in such games, Sterling would come out and really score for you goals. People are going to come out and say, because I've seen very many pundits coming out and complain that, but Sterling really got lots of chances and couldn't score. Now, do you know why he used to get lots of chances? His movement was really elite. That's it. He could find himself into good positions for Man City players to go on and really create chances and give him those balls, and then either tap them into the net or really tap them over the bar. But after all that, all I want to let you know that it's all about one thing. It's all about Man City not having enough players to go on and really take it to the promised land. When Haaland doesn't score, it has to be Kevin De Bruyne, who was poor today. Phil Foden saved them today and leveled the game. Which other player really is really high scoring at Man City? Bernardo, Riyad Mahrez. So they're having very many players, but there are those that they really let go who could really come out in situations like this and really save them. And I don't believe that there are far much more better players who can come and save them. In the game of Leicester City, it was Kevin De Bruyne's free kick that really saved the day, but obviously they couldn't go ahead and really save themselves. So today it wasn't able, they were not able to go on and really save themselves, and obviously City are now tied onto how many points? They're now tied onto 32 points, and they've played 14 games, won 10, drawn 2 and lost 2, and obviously they're having 32 points. Arsenal is having 34 with a game in hand. So let me show you what the game stats were, as you really want to know in here, as you smash the like button and you comment and share, and you tell me where you're watching in from, because I would love to know who is watching us. Then 29 shots by Man City, 10 by Brentford, 6 shots on target by Man City. That is very bad. You must average at least half the shots you've had to be on target, but they never even average 10. And look at Brentford. They had 10 shots and 8 were on target. So it shows you how clinical these people were, and they're aiming at goal. 75% possession by Man City, 25% possession by Brentford, but possession doesn't win the game of football if at all you don't convert your chances that you create. 619 passes completed by Man City, 214 passes completed by Brentford, 85 passes completed, 85% accuracy, 55% passing accuracy. 9 fouls by City, 7 fouls by Brentford, 2 yellow cards to both sides, 0 red cards, 2 offsides to both, 10 corners by Man City, and 2 corners by Brentford. And guess what? The Premier League table looks like this. Man City is second, Arsenal leading, and obviously if Newcastle go ahead and win today, they'll be 2 points behind Man City. That's it. Tottenham are also playing today, and obviously Manchester United is playing tomorrow, meaning that if at all United wins tomorrow against Fulham, they'll be how many points? They'll be 6 points behind City. So it shows you that everything is still open in this game of football, and you're waiting to see what is it all going to be about when we return from the World Cup. So we go into the World Cup break with Arsenal leading the table, and Man City is really going to be second. Those are the only positions that can't change, but the rest of the positions can change, provided teams put in very much the required effort in this game of football. So Rokani David is my name. Your reactions are welcome to Man City 1, Brentford 2. They've lost a second game of the season, having lost to... They lost to a certain team. I've forgotten its name. Liverpool beat them away at Anfield. That's it. I'm out.